it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that JUNHEE has released an MV for Too Bad. Obviously, I've already listened to this on the album review, but of course, since it has MV, I'm gonna react to that. Now, I'm just so impressed with what JUNHEE has done since he's been doing stuff solo. You know, he has given us quality covers, especially his K-pop Demon Hunter covers were so quality. And then Supernova was such a banger, and I loved the MV for that too. Umbrella was like such a cute, the lyrics are quite sad for that, but such an interesting concept. I really enjoyed that. So I can only imagine what he's gonna do, and I don't know how many MVs he actually is gonna release, but I've been so impressed with what he's doing with his own company now, and doing basically what he wants, which is really exciting. I mean, obviously I can't wait till he does A.C.E stuff again. It would be wonderful if we got a music video for Tattoo. I'm just saying, hint, hint, JUNHEE. But let's go ahead and get started and see what this is all about. Oh. I wonder where this is.
Let's go on the run, take it all, they'll never know. Cause this feels like I'm running through fire today.
The harmonies with himself. He looks so good. So he wasn't supposed to be there. Oh no, he's in the front. Apologizing. Oh, not a flip phone. Oh, what a pretty shot. Oh no! It's smoking!
Understand why, thought of saying bye, I'm closing my eyes. It's so hard to understand why, to go so blind, yeah. Every single night I think of you like you think of me.
So cute. Ooh. I love this. Oh, did he throw the keychain? Okay, guys, JUNHEE does it again. He killed it. I loved how everything was, you could tell it was like the timing of 3 o'clock, right? So I love how in everything he's made it based off of time. I feel like you can do so much with that time, and also the feelings change based off that time, right? And I thought that this was a perfect MV for this. Like, I tried to imagine when I was listening to the album release, like, what would an MV look like if he did release like one for every song? And this is not what I was picturing in my head, but now that I've seen it, I can't think of a better way to like showcase this MV. Basically, like having kind of like JUNHEE as this like lost soul, like going through this like kind of like turmoil, like of this relationship. Like he's like thinking of, running away, like through the fire. I'm looking at you, looking at me, like just think about everything we made, like just contemplating on this relationship. And I just love the idea of it being a journey, right? I just think that's so amazing the way that he took that. And I can like I said, I can't think of a better way to show this. And I especially love the interactions that JUNHEE had with the person who was driving the truck. I thought that was really interesting to see like their relationship grow throughout the MV. I thought that was an interesting choice, but again, like it's about the journey to get there. I feel like with this, really thinking a lot, about the lyrics and the relationship that he's obviously struggling with at this point. Driving me crazy, he's looking at you, looking at me. I think about everything we need, like just like constantly thinking about this, but at the same time, like going on this journey, like trying to understand it. And I thought it was really interesting, especially at the end, looking at that keychain. And then I couldn't tell at the end, I want to go back. I couldn't tell if he threw the keychain or if he threw something else. I'm assuming it's the keychain that had like some sort of like symbolism with them, because like a lot of times in like Korean culture you get like matching keychains and things like that. You get matching things, so it just feels like that was what. Yep. So like I'm pretty sure it's the keychain that he throws. And so I'm really interested to like hear JUNHEE's side of like what the symbolism means for each one of his songs, because like we can interpret it in a lot of different ways, right? But for me, the journey was the most important part. And then the settings that he chose, really keeping it with that kind of 3 o'clock feel. The late afternoon, the sun is, not directly above you, it's a little bit off center. And I feel like that's kind of how the lyrics go, is like you're kind of like off kilter with everything. Like, I'm thinking about you, thinking about me, like thinking about this relationship and everything going forward. Very, very clever. And then it was just really beautifully shot. And that's something that I want to point out. Like, obviously, like JUNHEE's company is new, and it's not like he's a big three company, right? Doesn't necessarily have a lot of money. He's mentioned several times he only has a couple of employees. And so really like what he's doing is showing and being a good example of what you can do with a very limited budget. Obviously I don't know what the budget is, but just based on this, I've talked about before being very distinct and like where you choose to do things, I think is extremely important. And obviously like Agnes like has been with A.C.E and like now JUNHEE for a really long time, so he knows them really well. And I feel like having that consistency throughout has been really important, because you have a clear picture of what everything is supposed to be. And you can see throughout these, like they really chose where they were doing their shots really well. Especially like I really loved at the beginning, just how pretty it was with the greenery surrounding this road. I just thought that was so beautiful. And then especially when you're like going through the trees and everything, you can constantly see the green, but you also see the sun at the same time. I thought that was a great choice. And the contrast with like the orange on the truck, I don't know if it was deliberate, but I think that was really smart. And then you have like the moving parts with the windmills, and then when you get to the, you know, the ocean and the lighthouse, I think having all of those is really important throughout the journey that he's taking. And I really loved all the shots with the greenery and doing those kind of, you know, they're not necessarily simple, obviously, but just having like, I just loved all of the green and the color to it, and the feeling of 3 o'clock, I think, was there so well. So I loved it so much. Tell me what you guys thought. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What has been your favorite song from this album? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Say you want me, and I